All right, this is the beginning of a travel day heading from Saigon down to the city of Can Tho, which is in the Mekong River Delta.
Cần Thơ. Cần Thơ.
I already have a bus ticket. It's on a FUTA bus, kind of a luxury limousine bus, I'm told. We'll see how that turns out. And I'm catching the bus at the Saigon Western bus station.
Bến xe miền Tây. Bến xe miền Tây.
I think there was probably an easier way to do this. I probably could have gotten a bus from right here in my neighborhood, but for whatever reason, I wanted to go to the bus station. I wanted to see what it looked like. And then when I was there, I just bought a ticket. And now the first stage of this journey is going back to the bus station for my bus at 1 o'clock. And that's about an hour and a half from now. So I have to get going, taking a local bus 139 to get there. And I have to walk 10 minutes maybe to get to the bus stop. So yeah, let's see how this all works out. So, first stage of the journey out on the street. And as I said, it's about a 10-minute walk to the bus station. One thing I really like about Saigon, and this is again compared to other cities I've been in recently, the bus stops are very clearly marked. They're big enclosures with lots of maps, the numbers of the buses that go there. So it's not like you're standing in the middle of a empty street, wondering, does a bus come here or not? You actually know because you're at a very official looking bus stop. And that may sound like, well, duh, of course there is, but no, a lot of places they don't have them. I end up standing at the side of the street because I'm told that's where the bus stops, but then you just wait and wait and wait and no bus comes, or it comes and it just rides right past you because the bus doesn't stop there. But here it's very well organized. So I say that now, of course, as I'm heading to the bus stop. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, and then now this time something will go wrong. And I was replying to a few comments on YouTube this morning, and one person left a comment talking about how they saw me crossing heavy scooter traffic at a roundabout, and then he said something about Saigon being one of the least pedestrian-friendly cities in the world. And I was arguing the opposite, because I found walking around here to be quite easy and relatively pleasant. Again, relative to cities I've been hanging out in recently. But then, of course, you do get this. So it's all relative. When I talk about it being easy to walk around, I sort of mean that, unlike in Kuala Lumpur, you don't run into huge highway systems blocking your way in all directions. You can actually walk everywhere in Saigon. But then again, you do have sidewalks like this, where the sidewalks are full of tables and food stalls and scooters. And of course, this is District 1 too, so it's kind of an exception. There are so many street side restaurants like this one that essentially take over the whole sidewalk with their tables. So there are small barriers as you walk around, but not necessarily big barriers that block your way completely. Yeah, it's pretty busy right now. Oh, there's bus 88. I took that bus one time to go to a museum. So I need to cross over. And right around the corner, here's the bus stop. I'm taking bus 139. Might take 40 minutes to get to the Western bus station once the bus gets here. And here's my bus stop. 45 is not my bus. Mine is a 139, so it's gonna settle in and wait for a 139. And they even have these digital displays, which is kind of nice. And there's come 139, I'm waving it down. He's way over in the far lane, but he's cutting over to pick me up. Very cool. The buses have been empty. Thank you. So far, I don't seem to have jinxed myself. The bus came right away. I was waiting. How long was I there? 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Bus 56 came, picked up the guy beside me, and right after bus 139. And a lot of the buses so far have had a driver and a bus assistant, and then the assistant would come to your seat and take money and give you a ticket and things like that. But this one, 139, every time I've taken it, there is no assistant on this particular bus. So I basically just came back here to a seat, dropped off my backpack, and then I went back up to the front, and they have a little cash box there, and you put in whatever the fare is, 6,000 or 7,000 generally. And then once you put in the money, the bus driver pushes a button, and there's a little machine beside the cash box. And a receipt like this pops up out of the machine, and you're good to go. So, yeah, for this bus, I don't even have to plot the journey on Google Maps, because I know this bus goes right into the bus station, so there's no mistaking. The end of the line for this, for 139, is the Western bus station. So it turns off the main road, goes into the bus station, and it's pretty obvious when you get there. So yeah, here we go. And this was a new experience. I was talking about how there's normally an assistant on the bus who comes and gets your money and gives you a ticket and things. And there wasn't one on this bus all the time. But just now, a man at a bus stop, he hopped on and he registered apparently on some kind of a machine up there. And then he came all the way through the bus and checked everyone's ticket. And then I think he's going to get off the bus right here at the next stop. So yeah, there he goes. That's the guy. So they have spot checks, basically. So I guess this guy roams around, and when they have a bus like this where you essentially kind of get your own ticket, it's not really that way, but it's kind of that way. And then they have spot checkers, inspectors who come on board from time to time, and then check everyone's ticket, and then he hops off again. Goes to the next bus. It's kind of cool. I hadn't seen that before. And one reason I also love these buses so much is that they're generally relatively empty. This is a kind of a small bus, I guess, on the small side for a city bus. And this is the most crowded I've ever seen a bus so far. Even the people here, you know, the aisle is completely empty. There's nobody standing, and there's still 3 or 4 empty seats. And then behind me, you can see the whole rear of the bus is completely empty back there. So yeah, there's plenty of room for me and my backpack. So if it was a super crowded city bus, like a normal, really crowded bus, I wouldn't take it, I don't think. With a big bag like this, it'd be too much hassle. But there's more than enough room here, so it's not a big deal. Stage 1 almost complete. We're just arriving at the Western bus station. And as I said, the bus actually pulls right into the bus station itself, like right into the parking lot. So this is it here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that bus 139 must be known as the bus station bus because just about everybody got off here. Everyone was riding that bus to come here to the bus station. And this is where you buy the tickets. And as I may have already mentioned in the video, I'm not sure, there are windows here, like window 23 right in front of me says Can Tho. So I thought I could buy a ticket there for a bus to Can Tho, but then they directed me to go to window 33. But yeah, so I went down to window 33, and that's where I ended up with the limousine class. But I noticed that here at window 23, the price is the same. It also says 165,000 dong. I guess that's a little bit cheaper. I think mine was, no, maybe it was 165. So maybe there are no ordinary class buses going to Can Tho. Maybe you can only take luxury limousines. So now I guess I'm gonna go try to find my bus. Yeah, it's just about 20 after 12 right now. Just got off the bus, and my bus is at 1 o'clock, so I got plenty of time. But I'm gonna go track it down, see if I can drop my bag off on the bus, and then find a bathroom, and then settle into this limousine bus, see what I've got myself into. Yeah, I just checked my ticket, and I did pay 165,000. So I guess it doesn't make much. I thought maybe if I went to one of these windows, it would be for a regular bus, a cheaper one, but apparently, like, maybe there are no such cheaper buses. But in terms of finding my bus, like a boarding gate, I don't see any information about that on my ticket. There doesn't seem to be any kind of a number for a boarding gate. So this is where I am. I think I know what my FUTA bus looks like. And I think they're off in a separate area. But I'm gonna go looking for the FUTA bus area. Oh, there's a yellow one that also says a limousine bus, VIP limousine. All right, let's go look for my bus. Well, it is a bit of a scene here. Buses as far as the eye can see, but so far, no clue as to where I'm supposed to go. I have a vague memory of FUTA buses being green, and I see a whole series of like 8 or 9 green buses in a row over there. So this might be the FUTA bus area. Well, actually, here's my bus coming back out. Bus 139. There was a funny moment on that bus, by the way. I think that might be, I don't know if that was my bus with my bus driver or not. But at some point, an older man got on the bus, and he was sitting across the aisle from a younger woman who took out a thermos to pour herself a hot beverage of some kind. And this older man, as older men tend to do, used that thermos as a way to strike up a conversation and said, "Oh, wow, that's a really nice thermos. Can I take a look at that for a minute?" And she handed it over to him. And so he looked at it, gave it back to her. And then, of course, he started just talking her ear off, just talking and talking and talking. And you could see she wasn't really that interested in his stories, but he had a lot to say. So he was talking and talking, and his voice was getting louder and louder and louder. Being an older man, he was probably going a bit deaf, as happens. So he doesn't know how loud he's talking. And then this went on for a very long time. And then suddenly the bus driver looked in the mirror, and he kind of went, "Hey, like, keep your voice down. Like, can you keep it down back there?" So he was running a tight ship. And then the older man was, oh, and then he kept talking, but then he lowered his voice. But you could see that over time, it was just going to build right back up to a very loud point again. I thought that was kind of funny. So no, these are not the FUTA buses. Maybe I'm not, oh, orange, bright orange, not green, orange. I saw FUTA on a bus over here. But yeah, I have no idea whether you're supposed to go find your own bus. like this, or whether I'm doing everything wrong and I'm supposed to wait at a certain point. But yeah, here they are. This is what I was looking for. The big line. So there's a FUTA bus. You can't even see the people on the bus. They're all hiding behind their privacy curtains. So I guess I will just start looking for people, start showing them my ticket, and hopefully I'll eventually get pointed in the right direction. These ones all say Can Tho, Can Tho. I don't know if I have a bus number on my ticket. Let me check. So I spoke to a driver of one of those buses back there, and he pointed me in this direction. There's a whole bunch more bright orange FUTA buses, so this must be where I'm supposed to be. Right here, let's find out. I'll just start showing my ticket to people.
Công ty Phương Trang xin thông báo mời hành khách đi Sa Đéc Long Xuyên vào lúc 12 giờ 45 phút vui lòng di chuyển ra xe 29691. Mời hành khách đi Cần Thơ vào lúc 12 giờ 45 phút vui lòng di chuyển ra xe 02493. Mời hành khách đi Rạch Giá Hà Tiên vào lúc 12 giờ 40 phút vui lòng di chuyển ra xe 27346. Xe đang đậu phía trước đã đến giờ khởi hành.
I'm waiting for the woman to stop talking. There she goes. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, there she goes again. But anyway, here's a board, and I think my bus is either bus 144 or gate 144. Can't really tell. Plate, code, status. Yeah, 144.
Mời hành khách đi Việt Anh vào lúc 12 giờ 45 phút vui lòng di chuyển ra xe 16116. Mời hành khách đi Rạch Giá.
Hello, is this my bus?
No.
No. This one, 144. Ah, okay. Okay. So this bus, on the front, it says Can Tho, and it is boarding, but I showed my ticket to the guy, and he says, no. And he pointed me to the one right beside, and here it is. Long last, I found it. And you can see it actually says right on there, bus 144 to Can Tho. So this is my bus, but still relatively early, 12:30, so they're not boarding yet. The luggage area isn't open. Okay, it all is starting to make sense now. It looks like there's an entire area of the bus station. Like here, it all says FUTA bus lines. This whole area on this side is all about FUTA. And of course, me being me, when I started looking, I went way over there. I was on the absolute farthest corner of the bus station you can get from here. I just started in the wrong corner and went all the way around until I finally got here. But yeah, it all makes sense. So yeah, look at this. All the scooters being shipped around the country. I assume by bus or by truck, all wrapped up. Yeah, I guess when people travel from one city to the next, they got to bring their motorcycle with them. So that's what they do. So I found my bus, but I don't know where it's boarding. I don't think it's boarding where it's sitting. It probably has to move to a gate number, but I don't know what gate number. I'll just I'll wait around bus 144. I'm not letting it out of my sight. Though to be honest, I do want to go get a banh mi for the road and hit the bathroom beforehand. Oh, there's a bus driver getting on my bus. Something is happening. Vietnam continues to surprise me. It really does. I was just standing there looking at my bus, thinking about how to get my banh mi, how to time things. Should I go now? Should I wait? And the banh mi places are all on the other side of the bus station. Oh, maybe there's one here. Yes, I see one. I can get one right here. So I was standing there thinking about what to do, and then a FUTA Bus employee came up to me and said in English something like, "Excuse me, sir, can I help you? Can I see your ticket?" And a very pleasant young man, I showed him my ticket, and he says, "Yeah, this is your bus." I was standing right in front of it. "This is your bus right here in gate number 1." And it was just amazing. When I'm taking buses like this in most places around the world, it's usually just chaos. You go to the bus station, you have no idea what's going on, and you just wander around lost, and eventually you just sort of stumble across a bus that goes somewhere. This level of organization and proactive customer service, I keep finding that here in Vietnam, and it surprises me over and over. So yeah, very, very nice. So yeah, you're never far away from a banh mi. The ones I saw were all way over there, but right near the FUTA buses, there's also this one, banh mi. And I'm getting 2 of them for the road. I can have one on the bus or both on the bus, or save one for when I arrive. So I'm getting one meat and one fried egg to go. I'm all set with snacks for the road, banh mi. Yeah, what I was saying about the proactive customer service here, I saw it the other day, for example, when I went to the Vinaphone office to get a new SIM card, and I walked in and sat down, and the woman that was serving me, she realized instantly, of course, that I don't speak Vietnamese. She doesn't speak English. But then rather than just staring at me befuddled or talking in Vietnamese, she just instantly made the decision, well, let's just get out Google Translate. That's a tool we can use to communicate. And then she flipped over to Google Translate, typed out a message on her phone, and we conducted the whole transaction using Google Translate. And it's such a logical thing to do. You expect people to do it all over the world, but sometimes it's rare for people to even make that logical leap and figure that out. Anyway, I'm gonna hop in the bathroom, then get on the bus. I think my bus is already loading. Yep, all set. Got out of the bathroom, and so he's scanning my ticket. Ah, right there, okay. So it's A06, okay. Oh. Oh, shoot. Okay.
1 chú Chi.
Ah, and number 6, right? 6, oh, okay. Thank you. So this is very different from what I was expecting. Look how narrow this is. I was wondering how they would fit enough people. Oh boy, this is yeah, I'm everyone's yo-yoing at me to get to my seat, but I can't even see anything. I don't know where the numbers are. Where is number 6? I can't. Here? Okay. He yo'd me to say that this is it. Oh my gosh. Oh. No. Oh, this is so weird. You know, this whole luxury limousine business, I'm expecting more comfort, right? And this is far more uncomfortable than a regular bus would ever be. This is horrible. My first impressions. They might change after a while, but yeah, look at that. It's like bunk beds the whole way down and 3 rows, one on the window here, one on a window on the other side, and then one down the middle. It's this middle row I wasn't anticipating. Look at that. And imagine if you had one up there. I still can't see the numbers anywhere. Oh, okay, down there it says number 3. And I guess over here, I can't see it. Like you can't bend down. There isn't enough room to bend down and look. But I'm assuming that says number 6. And I have a lower seat. And, all right, so, and when I got on the bus, I just came on. And then right away, somebody yelled at me because you're supposed to take your shoes off. They have bags at the front of the bus. And you take your shoes off and put your shoes inside a bag. And I didn't know that. So he yo-yoed me pretty dramatically and then stopped me. So I took my sandals off and now I have them inside a bag. And you have to find a room for that here. Anyway, let me get settled. I'm still sitting like this because I've got my knapsack behind me. Oh boy, I can't move. I'm sitting on the straps. There we go. Oh. All right. Oh my gosh. What? I feel like I'm in a dentist office. This is so... There's not even... My feet are too long. We're moving. But at least... let's open up this window so I don't feel completely trapped. There we go. Let there be light. So, yeah, I do have this window, but of course it's got this big screen on the outside. And you don't really get a view of the outside world. It's all sort of covered up to keep out the sun. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to sit up a little bit. Because right now it's forcing me to recline. I don't want to recline. Wonder if I can pull the seat up. Is there a lever? Oddly enough, there's a seat belt. Anyway, oh boy. Okay. Just finding room. Ow. Just finding room for my knapsack. Yeah, like on a regular bus seat, you could just put the bag on the floor between your feet, or you have an overhead luggage rack and you toss your bag up there, but there's nothing like that here. So, well, anyway, there's the bus station. And yeah, I was a little bit frantic right there at the end because it took me so long. I mean, I was here in plenty of time. I was here 40 minutes early, but it took me such a long time to walk around the bus station just to find my bus that I was running out of time towards the end, and I still wanted to get a sandwich. I got the sandwich, and then I wanted to use the bathroom before I got on board, and it was pretty chaotic in there, jammed with people, and I had to wait in line, and I'm waiting in line to get into the bathroom, and the time was ticking away, and so yeah, by the time I left the bathroom, and the bus looked to be like come on, go, 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 go. The driver and the assistant, they're ready to hit the road. So I got a lot of yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. A lot of yo-yo. That's kind of odd. I wonder where the yo-yo came from in Vietnam. And now we're leaving. We're actually leaving 5 minutes early. So that's one of the reasons there was such a rush. It's actually 5 to 1 that we left rather than 1 o'clock. So, but oh my goodness. Funny thing is, when I was packing, I was trying to decide, should I put I thought I was going on a luxury limousine bus, and the way they described it to me, I would have a private area, and I thought, oh wow, I'm going to have a lot of space, I'm going to have a table, electrical outlet, and I thought I should bring my laptop, and then I can just edit video or do other things on my laptop on the bus ride, right? So I was thinking, should I not? It's too much trouble the way my laptop is. And I have a lot of video files on external hard drives and memory cards, and it's a complicated business. I can't really do it in a bus. So I thought, nah, let's just not bother. And I have my laptop in my backpack, which is in the luggage compartment. So I didn't bring my laptop with me, and that was a wise move because I can barely make room for myself in here. There's just no way I'm going to be opening up a laptop in here and doing anything at all. This is lie down and go to sleep, dummy. That's what you're supposed to do on this bus. That's so funny. Yeah, there's a lot of impatience with the dumb foreigner as I was getting on this bus. A lot of yo-yoing, and I was trying so hard. They wanted me to move fast, but I couldn't make it down this lane, this alleyway. It's too narrow. I had my knapsack over one shoulder, and the width of me and the knapsack, I couldn't make it through. So I stopped, and I was trying to put the knapsack on with 2 straps so that I only have the width of my shoulders to go down. And while I'm trying to do that, the guy came over and said, hey, yo, 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 go, go, go. He's like, go, 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 go. So then I came down here, and I couldn't find number 6. I can't see the numbers anywhere because it's so narrow. You can't pull away and look up or down. So I couldn't read any of the berth numbers. And then he's like, yo, yo, yo. And then I happen to be standing right in front of this one, and I'm trying to figure out, well, is it number 6 or not? But I couldn't find any numbers anywhere. And then he finally yo-yoed me one more time, and he pointed. That one, that's yours, you dumb fork. Don't you know anything? And I was like, well, when it comes to taking a FUTA limousine class bus, no. I'm a complete newbie. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is a brand new experience, full of surprises. So I'm gonna try and figure out if I can raise this seat up, but I don't have a lot of hope, or I need a pillow or something. Otherwise I'm gonna be holding my head up like this the whole time. Progress report. The bus attendant just came. I can't get my feet in here. Came up and down the aisle, and he gave each of us a wet wipe, which actually I love these a lot. Actually, I appreciate these, and then a small bottle of water. And he saw me struggling, and guessed that I was trying to raise the seat up a little bit. And I couldn't find the controls anywhere, but he dug around here in the side, and then he popped it up for me. I was a bit worried at first that because it went like vertical, like straight up and down. I thought, well, that might be too upright for me. I want something somewhere in the middle, you know, lounging, but not flat on my back. But now that I'm sitting here, I think I can kind of get used to this. And trying to get rid of my curtain. There we go. Finally got it completely out of the way. So yeah, the thing is that I can't sit upright because my head, right now my head is hitting the ceiling, so I can't get it. I have to slouch in order to make room for my head, and I have to slouch so much that my feet, there aren't enough room for my legs and feet anymore because I have to slouch a little bit. And at the very end, your feet go into a little cubby hole, and which is sort of underneath the cubicle of the person ahead of you, and it's only this high, and my feet are this high. So I can't, there's nowhere to put my feet. Like I can't, there's nothing, I don't know, this is so terrible. I knew I wasn't cut out for luxury. My whole life I knew, Doug, you're not a luxury kind of guy. You don't deserve luxury. But now I'm thinking, well, if this is luxury, then there's a reason for it. Luxury doesn't suit me. I'm too big for luxury in Vietnam. Too tall. So funny. Oh. Yeah, it's really hard to move around in here. Now I'm starting to dread an experience that's coming up because my friend Daryl from the Wander East YouTube channel, he's coming to Vietnam, and we've arranged to go together to a city called Da Lat on a night bus, apparently. And Daryl is making all the travel arrangements, so he knows the bus and he's booking the tickets. I don't have any hand in that. But now I'm wondering, like, is this exactly what it's going to be like? I guess now that I know what it's like, I can prepare for it better. And then it kind of makes sense that it's a night bus, because then you just know all you're going to do is get into one of these things, lie down, and that's all you're going to do. You're not going to be sitting up and working on a laptop and chatting with your neighbors or chatting with Daryl. He's going to be in another one of these coffin-like cubicles somewhere on the bus. Who knows? This is pretty funny. So, time to take a couple of pictures. Little details and everything just continues to blow my mind. I was in my little cubicle on the bus, and then the bus assistant came down to my cubicle, put his phone inside. He was holding his phone and he showed it to me, and it said in Google Translate, the bus will stop here for 10 minutes. So again, amazing customer service. You remember there's one foreigner on the bus who doesn't know what's going on, doesn't speak Vietnamese. And he typed out the information in Google Translate and came to me and showed it to me specifically to tell me that we're going to be at a rest stop. And then I got up to leave. I grabbed my bag of sandals, and I'm walking towards the front of the bus, and I noticed that everybody else is in bare feet. It's like, and nobody's holding shoes. So I'm thinking, what's going on? And it turns out that they have thought about this in advance. You got to take your shoes off. But what they do is they put a whole basket of slippers here for you. So you don't have to worry about your shoes. You just grab a pair, a left and a right that look like they might fit, and then away you go. Though the width of this continues to be a problem, because like I'm not a broad-shouldered man by any stretch, and my shoulders, I have to scrunch them like this. My shoulders don't fit between these things. I feel like I'm a weightlifter or Mr. Universe now. I'm too big for the bus. All right. See, I'm already getting better at it. Just took me a couple of seconds to scoot into my little cubicle. Gotta get my legs into place. But now that I have my seat upright, and yeah, much easier. And we're about an hour outside of Ho Chi Minh City, so we've only been on the road for an hour. But I took that time to sort of get oriented inside this tiny space, and I figured out, okay, if I bend my knees exactly like this, and I put my left foot over here far to the right, and then I put my right foot here, so I'm basically learning how to scrunch up my body to fit comfortably into this space, and I've kind of got it figured out. So yeah, there we go. And man, yeah, we're not messing around. They said we're stopping here for 10 minutes. You know how most bus companies in the world, most human beings in the world, they say 10, they mean 20, right? They say 10, they mean 15 minutes. But here, they say 10, they mean 5. You go. You can get to the bathroom and you can get back to the bus, and that's all the time you've got. So it's like boom, boom, boom. So the real time is actually less than the time that they say. They're very efficient and on the dot here, almost to a fault. So yeah. So I'm not quite sure whether we're going to go through the city of My Tho or not. I've been tracking our progress on Google Maps, and at first I thought we were going to be bypassing it, because it doesn't make a lot of sense from what I can see from the road system. Because My Tho is the town that I went to on my Mekong River Delta tour, my day trip that I went on. And you could go through My Tho to go to Can Tho, but it seems to be a bit more of a roundabout route. But yeah, we might be heading through that town, which would be kind of interesting, because looking at the map, the highway goes through My Tho and then goes on a bridge to the island where the tour, I went to this island on a tour. There's like Coconut Island and Phoenix Island and I forget the name of the other one. Anyway, it looks like the road actually goes over those islands, so I get to take a look at them from the highway. But I'm not sure. I'm going to take a look on Google Maps just to see what route we're following right now. Google Maps, reading glasses, all the important tools. Let's see, where are we? Oh yeah, we're bypassing. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We're on a highway called CT01, whatever that stands for. And there was a big cloverleaf intersection back there, and we went around the cloverleaf, and then we turned off heading towards My Tho. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. But it turns out we just got off the cloverleaf for our 5-minute, 10-minute stop. And now we've arrived here in Can Tho, and everything continues to surprise me. One surprise is how quickly we got here. I could have sworn the bus was supposed to take 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours, but it's 3:30 right now, and we're already here. I'm already off the bus. My bus is already gone. So it only took 2.5 hours to get here. Very quick ride. 1 hour, and we stopped at a rest stop for 5-10 minutes, bathroom break, and then we're back on for another hour, and here we are. Other surprise is it's a big central sort of bus station. I guess I always feel like I'm going to somewhere regional and local and small, but Can Tho, I guess, is a big city, and it gets a big bus terminal. And in fact, this bus terminal is far outside of town. I just assumed we'd end up right downtown, but we're actually like 4.5-5 kilometers away from the downtown area. So I've been pondering how to get from here to there, and I don't know. I think I might just try walking. I'm gonna set off on foot anyway, see how far we get, just to have a chance to get to know the city a little bit. I think I can walk alongside the river for the most part, go across a couple of small bridges, maybe even take a ferry, like a major journey. I'm here an hour or an hour and a half earlier than I thought, and walking all the way to my hotel will take maybe an hour and a half, something like that. So I'm going to set off on foot, see how we go. I think I can go towards that major road over there, and then that will take me down to the riverside here or some other way. Anyway, we'll see. I'll check back in when I find the river. There appear to be like a fleet of shuttle buses, like minivan, or not minivans, big vans. Lots of people are piling into these. And my guess is that they take everybody downtown. But I don't know anything about them, and to be honest, I'm a little bit tired of buses. I've been on 2 already. I don't want to fight my way onto another one. Let's go for a walk and see how this turns out. But yeah, look at the size of this place. So this is all just for FUTA buses, this orange building, and then I guess there's more of the bus station over there. And I don't know, I guess we go out this direction. This is meant for the buses to exit, but poor soul on foot should be able to get out. Let's find out. While I was on the bus, there was a big thunderstorm, big rainstorm, and there's a lot of evidence of it here. A lot of big puddles around. But looks like I got lucky in terms of the timing. I think I missed the storm. Hopefully another one doesn't move in. Funny thing, I was just trying to get out of the bus station there, and a woman came up on a motorcycle and rode in through that same gate. And apparently that is the exit gate, not the entrance gate. She wasn't supposed to do that. And a local security guard started yelling at her, kind of chasing after her a little bit. And he was shouting, "Oi, oi, oi, oi!" So maybe when I was getting on the bus and doing everything wrong, maybe they weren't shouting, "Yo, yo, yo." Maybe they're shouting, "Oi, oi, oi." Maybe that's what they were shouting at me to get my attention. "Oi, you dumb foreigner! You're supposed to take your shoes off." Yeah, and when we left the bus, it was a very slow process getting off because everybody had to stop at the door, take their shoes out of the plastic bag that they were given, put the plastic bag into a big container, and then nobody dared step onto the ground in their bare feet. So they had to put their shoes on inside the bus while we're standing on mats or a piece of paper or something, and then they would step outside. So of course everybody had to wait, as everybody one at a time had to stop to put their shoes on. So it took a while, but in my case, of course, I just got off the bus. I walked around in bare feet for a while. Actually, I got my backpack out of the luggage compartment, still in my bare feet, because they were unloading. So I grabbed my backpack and walked it over to the side and checking Google Maps, and I'm doing all of this barefoot. But hey, the ground was nice and clean. And then I put my sandals on. And now my sandals are taking me walking. Yeah, this doesn't look like very pleasant walking scenery right now, but I think I can duck down here and get closer to the river, and maybe that will give me an up-close look at the town, see what it is this town is all about, because I think if it's about anything at all, it's about rivers and river life, flatland. This is the Rice Bowl of Vietnam historically, because of all the agriculture here. I was looking at Google Maps, and they said that I could walk down to the river near a place called Tom Barbershop. And there's a sign, Barbershop Tom, and there's the barbershop there. So this could be the beginning of my small adventure on foot. Let's see where this takes me. And could be a sign from the heavens that it's finally time to get a haircut, though it looks like they're closed right now. Keep meaning to get a haircut, but the right opportunity, the right time hasn't presented itself as yet. And my sense is that the Mekong River Delta is very low-lying, right? That makes sense. All the river systems here, probably very prone to flooding. And you can sort of see that right here with this walking trail raised up. And I'll bet this all gets flooded seasonally. And with a climate change going on right now, I wonder if that's threatening this city or large areas here in the Delta. Water levels rising. Wonder how it's going to affect the Mekong River Delta where I am now. Speaking of rivers and low-lying river delta, my path is taking me here, and luckily there's a bridge. Otherwise, it would be quite something to try and get across a sludgy little river like this. That boat isn't going to take me anywhere. So, yeah, hopefully there's always a bridge conveniently placed to get me across these rivers. And as I said, I think if I follow the route I have in my mind, there's a ferry that I can take. It's like a vehicle ferry, small one, but I assume it will also take passengers. That's where I'm heading. Ultimately, I'm going to stay on this side of the river until I get near downtown and then cross over to downtown on that ferry. Very nice walk so far. It's taking me through almost a village district. This makes me think once again of something I've been commenting on ever since forever, the last few years, I guess, since I discovered the power of Google Maps, how it has transformed this kind of traveling. Because, again, in the old days, you just couldn't do this. I mean, this is such a rare privilege to be able to just set off on foot. Hello, how are you? Hi. Some people there just called out to me, said hello. And I think if I wanted to stop by for a drink of some kind, they would have been more than happy to welcome me. But yeah, to be able to do this, just set off on foot, and with Google Maps and satellites, you know exactly where you are at all times. It's just amazing. You just couldn't do this before. Well, you could, but you're lost all the time. Most of the time, the best you had in the way of mapping would be some sort of a very simple map from tourism or a Michelin map or something like that. And yeah, with those maps, they're not very useful. Particularly if you don't know where you are, of course, then a map is of no use to you at all. So anyway, even if you could do something like this, it's rare that you would, because it would just take so long and you'd have to ask so many people for directions and nobody could explain anything to you. But yeah, with Google Maps, look where I can go. It's amazing. Yeah, here's the first river I need to cross. And again, with the power of Google Maps, I found a bridge down this direction. I think I can cross over that river on the bridge. We'll see. Hopefully it's still in good condition. Yeah, I don't know what the normal river levels are, but I mean, that looks high to me, relatively speaking. I mean, houses across, all up on stilts, but that looks like a full river. Certainly not low. Well, looking at those houses across the way, you can see the green markings. That's as high as the water gets, so it probably gets another 3-4 feet higher than this. So yeah, maybe this isn't that high, but yeah, well, without a bridge, I'm not getting across that, I guess is what I'm saying. And a bridge, check that out. That isn't actually the bridge I was looking for. It's a different one, but I'm gonna walk at least partially across it and take a look at the river from up there. There's actually a larger bridge further ahead, and that's where I was headed. But hey, there's a bridge right here. Let's check this out. Yeah, this is what I came to Can Tho for, rivers and bridges. So I wonder if it supports the weight of a large Canadian like myself with his backpack. Ah. So there's the major river and the other bridge. Ah. Hello. It looks like fishing. A lot of fishing going on, I would think. Yeah, all the scooters seem to be bypassing this bridge and heading down to that bigger, more modern one, which makes sense. Even walking across this one, I can feel like its days are numbered. It feels like it's tilting to one side. If I get over to the edges, it kind of feels like the metal sheets rusting out and kind of leaning either left or right. But yeah, and you can see the river through cracks in the bridge down below. But yeah, very cool for my first small adventure here in Can Tho. Look at that, beautiful. Right up ahead, linking up with the main river. I don't know the name of this river, but there's a boat just going by. This is very exciting. And I was hoping I'd be able to walk along the river the entire way, and it looks promising. This definitely looks like it's open. Yeah, look at that. There's even a road going the whole way down. And a riverside sidewalk. I don't know how far the sidewalk will go, but man, it looks like it goes for a long time. Check that out. All the way along the side of the river, underneath that major bridge over there, and just goes on and on. And there's a downtown Can Tho over there somewhere. I assume on the other side of the Sheraton. And no, that's not where I'm staying. I'm staying at the much superior, better named Mekong Rose Hotel. Oh, look at that. River life. There's nothing better than that. Rivers and oceans. So far, so good on my attempt to walk from the bus station to my hotel. It's rare I make wise choices. This probably isn't a wise choice, but it is a choice. And it comes with certain benefits. And one of them is being down here by the river, this nice breeze. And I sure hope another rainstorm doesn't hit. I need an hour without rain to get to my hotel. I don't think it's a major landmark or anything like that, but on my walk it is. There's a bridge. I'm just going underneath it. And to my amazement, I wasn't expecting this at all. I thought it was going to be a muddy trail at best, following along the river, but the whole way so far, it's still this bricked sidewalk, paving stones, I guess, whatever you call them, and it continues for as far as I can see right now. Yeah. And I get to see some of the boats going up and down the river. It's been a very nice walk so far. Something you might have noticed in my videos from Saigon is that a lot of people are still wearing masks, women in particular. And my first thought, of course, was that it was a holdover from the pandemic or out of a concern for exhaust fumes, because mainly the people that are wearing the masks are outdoors on motorcycles, things like that. But in talking to a couple of people and then looking at more people, it turns out that the masks, they're more about protection from the sun. So like on the bus this morning, the city bus I took to the bus station, all these women came on and they were covered head to toe. So even though it's brutally hot here, and of course I'm wearing a short t-shirt with short sleeves and shorts and sandals because it's so hot, but these women are wearing long pants, a shirt, and then some kind of a velour or sweat jacket that covers them all the way up to the neck with a hood, and the hood is pulled down over their forehead and the sleeves are pulled out over their hands, and they're wearing a mask, a big mask to cover the lower half of their face. And that's all basically for sun protection, to keep the sun off their skin. So that's you see that all the time here. And the women look like they're dressed up for a Canadian winter. They've got so many layers of clothing covering their whole body, and you wonder how in the world can they not suffocate in this heat. But I guess they're accustomed to it, and they're doing it for protection from the sun. And who knows, maybe they end up feeling cooler with all that clothing rather than hotter. I'm not sure. I haven't made a whole lot of progress, as you can see, before I started talking again. This thought just jumped into my head when I saw a woman go by on a scooter with a big mask on and a big sweatshirt. And it's all, yeah, sun protection. Bit of a traffic jam up here on a tiny bridge. And I just saw these guys down here on the boat. I was wondering what they're doing, and I guess they're just trying to get out to the river. And they've got themselves stuck in the undergrowth, and he's busy trying to pull and push their way forward to get free of this stuff. It's a small river going upstream there. Of course, the first thing I thought of, as always, was a movie, African Queen, stuck in the reeds, and they're right at the edge, just about to break free. Guess not a lot of boats make this trip, otherwise they'd have a pathway cut out for them by all the boats that came before. But no, I guess it's they're the first ones through in a long time. So yeah, the walkway continues. Yeah, this is definitely the city for a scooter life, not surprisingly. Go up and down these river shores on a scooter. That'd be great fun. And I mentioned how many dogs that I saw in Saigon, like pet dogs, family pets. And you see evidence of that here, because as you walk along the river, you have to be careful where you step. There's a lot of dog poop everywhere. So a lot of people take their pets walking up and down the river, and they're pooping. The dogs be pooping alongside the river, and nobody's picking it up. So you got to watch where you're walking. Still trudging, and I looked up the name of this river, and this river to my left is the Can Tho River, same name as the town, so that's easy to remember. And it continues down and empties into the Hau River, H-A-U. The Hau River is the big one that flows through here, and the Can Tho is a tributary of the Hau. And another detail that I've noticed walking along here is that there are a number of riverside cafes. The people who live here, there are a lot, like there's all these homes right alongside the river, and enterprising families have set these up all over the place. And just now, getting close to sunset, people getting off work, they're bringing out all the tables and the chairs, and they have lighting out here as well. So these are all little riverside cafes. People come out here, enjoy the breeze off the river. Not many people out yet, but as you can see, they're setting up all the tables and chairs. I've seen a number of these along the way. Very nice. And I've seen people sweeping. People come out from these houses and they're cleaning up their portion of the riverside, sweeping it up, and missing a lot of the dog poop, as I've said, but hey, hard to stay on top of that. Hello. And yeah, big boat coming along. Let's watch for a minute as it goes by. And this takes me back to my hometown in Canada. I grew up in Sarnia, right on the St. Clair River, and we had very large ships going up and down that river, much, much larger than this one, but the same basic idea. Watching a boat like that go up a river is always quite interesting. And they do put up barriers all the time, I guess, between different sections or different restaurants, I guess, so I have to often make my way around these little rope barriers. But now that I've walked further along, I've passed quite a few more of these rope barriers. Very small, thin ropes, nothing major. But I think they're actually there to prevent people from driving their scooters right down here. So this is meant for pedestrians to walk along. And then the scooters have more of a road out there. So I guess I think they put up these barriers to keep scooters and motorcycles from riding down the sidewalks here. Something like that. Just trying to figure out how things work. Oh, another large boat going by. Now I don't know what's going on with these barriers. Look at that. They blocked off the whole road, and we've got a rope here that at least I can get under the rope. Well, there's some level of organization going on here, putting up all these barriers. So I guess that barrier marks the entrance to this little riverside cafe. Coming up on another landmark, another bridge. This is the last bridge crossing this river. So I either have to go across this bridge or hope that the ferry is running about a couple of kilometers further on. I think I'll keep going, see whether the ferry is running. And I noticed there's another bridge probably going across the Tho River. See those massive towers over there? I'm assuming those are holding up, those are cables holding up a suspension bridge. What else could they be? Looks massive from here. But yeah, another spot just to stop. And there's the Sheraton Hotel. We're on the other side of it now. And it looks like the paving stones, like the real Riverside Walkway, ends here. And then I don't know whether it picks up on the other side, but it doesn't look like it. It just turns into a regular road from here down to the ferry crossing. So yeah, fingers crossed. I kind of want to take the ferry as sort of a tribute to Nora Lee from the Itchy Boots YouTube channel, because you've probably seen her videos by now. They've been up on YouTube for quite a while, where she had an accident on her motorbike, I think in Tanzania, and came off the bike and broke her collarbone. And that ended her ride through Africa, basically. She had to stop at that point, flew back to the Netherlands to get surgery on her collarbone, and apparently the surgery didn't go particularly well, so she's gone through some pretty rough times. But in tribute to Itchy Boots and all the ferries that she put her motorbike on as she traveled through Africa, I'm going to see if I can get across the Can Tho River on a ferry. Not with a motorbike, but on my 2 feet. We're past that bridge now, and I just stopped to film a little bit, because a little bit of local color. Coconuts. Coconut husks over here, and the coconut shell over there. So they're splitting them open here. I'm not sure why. I guess they're gathering all the husks here. Maybe they pick them up by boat, take them somewhere else, and do something with them. That's what rivers are good for. And it just occurred to me that one of the things that Can Tho is famous for is a type of floating market. That's when visitors come here, that's the number one thing they do. They go to the floating market. And as far as I understand it, it's not a genuine local market anymore. It used to be, but I think all of the original market sellers for local people have moved onto the shore, moved on to other things. But the floating market continues more as a tribute to the real market than anything else, because it's just there for visitors, for tourists, and you can get in a boat and float out into the middle of all these other boats, and they are serving noodles, soups, and various traditional foods from the Can Tho area, from the Mekong Delta area. So it's still fun to do, from what I can tell, still worthwhile doing. You basically get to eat your breakfast on a boat or eat your lunch on a boat being served to you from another boat that pulls up alongside. So that's kind of cool. But I was just thinking about that because I don't know where the floating market is. I'm wondering whether I'm going to be passing it as I walk down the river here. I'm not really sure. Because I did see it on the map at one point, and it was much farther away than I thought. It wasn't really downtown either. It was like far up the river, but I don't know how far. But anyway, we'll see whether we pass the site for the floating market, but I don't think we will. Popular fishing spot right here off these walkways, and an interesting houseboat right there. It's probably used as kind of a warehouse for loading and unloading boats. I see a lot of water bottles out there. And the ferry, it should be in view. It should be just up ahead on the curve of the river there, but I haven't seen anything that looks like a vehicle ferry going back and forth, but I'm going to keep going. I hope it's running. If not, I have to turn around and go all the way back to the last bridge. But this looks like an interesting area. Got a peace sign from a guy on the scooter. Looks like there's all kinds of houseboats up ahead there on the left. So even if there's no ferry, I get to take a look at the houseboats up here. It should be interesting. Another major boat coming up the river. Or down the river, I should say. I think it's flowing in this direction into the Tho River. So on we go, on we trudge. Good news, I think I see the ferry. Yeah, definitely. So the ferry is still running, which makes sense. Hello. Figured the end of the day right now. I guess this, what you see around me, this is what passes for rush hour here in Can Tho. And actually, I don't know how close we're going to be able to get to them. So I'll walk over here to the river, get a look at a couple of them. There's a couple of houseboats right there. So yeah, boys there going for a swim. But yeah, look at that. I'm not sure what those houseboats are used for, but they look interesting. And I think there's going to be a bunch more of them up ahead. Here's another break in the riverside trees, so I can get a look at these river houseboats. Look like they might be cruise boats, like tourism boats. I see a lot of chairs and some life jackets. Just has the look of boats that take groups up and down the river, right? Yeah, that's what they must be. I don't know how busy they are or whether they're still in use, but some of them look to be in really good condition. These ones here look seaworthy, river-worthy. All right, let's keep trudging. And all along the riverside, they've had archways like this as well, which I think mark different neighborhoods. Of course, I can't read any of that, but I think we're entering into a new district, a new part of the city, a new neighborhood marked by these archways. Very lively neighborhoods. A lot going on here. And the neighborhood dogs are taking quite an interest in me. Most of them are behind a gate, behind a wall, so they can't get at me, but they all bark at me a little bit. A little bit of a muddy patch to get past. Looks like I'm entering into more of a market area, which makes sense that the market would be right on the other side of a ferry that goes back and forth. It's probably not too far up ahead. Looks like a much more active area on the river there. Starting to see a lot more boats, different types of boats. So I think we're getting close to some areas that have docks. And again, this is a Can Tho traffic jam right here, rush hour. Hello, how are you? Okay, got a bridge in that direction, but the road also goes down here towards the river. So let's go this way. This ought to be an interesting reveal to turn the corner here and see what's going on up this part of the river. As I said, it looked like a busier area. A lot of people swimming anyway. And there's a lot of boats, net fishing here too. Ah, and I see the ferry. It's just creeping into view just up ahead there, so we're not that far away. Hello. A lot of floating houses down here. And I think we're here. I think this is where the ferry goes back and forth. There it is. You can just sort of see it across there. Just touch down on the other side. And I think I just wait here for it to show up. I imagine you just pay on the boat. I don't know. And here comes the ferry. Just has a couple of, I only see one motorcycle on board, actually. Maybe there's more than one. But yeah, in tribute to Itchy Boots, though. Most of her river crossings in Africa, she could only dream of a ferry this big and stable. I think most of hers were a little bit smaller, more rickety, and a lot of them were more like large canoes rather than a true vehicle ferry. But it looks like this one could handle 30 or 40 motorcycles at a time if it really needed to. Oh yeah, bicycles, mainly bicycles actually, and people on foot. One electric bike and one motorized scooter and 4 regular bicycles. Got one scooter getting on board, one bicycle. So this is the ferry. Pretty low key this time of day. I thought it might be crowded, but not many people on board. Not sure who I pay yet. I'm sure someone will find me eventually. And there we go, pulling away from shore. You can only get on and off on one side, so every trip he has to turn the whole boat around. You can see he's pulling away on an angle because he has to swing the front around to head forward eventually. When I was walking by this area over here, a couple of people called out to me and said something like boat. And I think they were offering to take me across on a private trip in a boat like one of these right here. But I had my heart set on the ferry. Maybe you pay on the other side. Looks like there's sort of a gate over there. Maybe that's how they control things. You can ride the boat across for free, but then the only way to exit from the dock is to pay on your way out. And then people on that side have to pay on their way in. That's very clever when you think about it. A cheaper way of operating. They don't have to have anyone on the boat. And they only have to have a ticket office on one side. They don't have to staff 2 ticket offices. Anyway, that's my guess about what's going on. Anyway, it's nice out here on the river. Show you my happy but very sweaty face. I say it's good out here on the river because there's a real breeze now, especially with the boat moving. Nice and cool out here. Huh, yeah, I'll bet you pay when you exit on this side. Exit and enter just on one side, that's where you pay. I'll betcha. But I mentioned that there was a variety of boats over here, and the reason I said that was because of this big green monster over there. Looks like a hydrofoil kind of thing. I spotted that from a distance. This looks like a tourist boat of some kind. Coming up on shore. Yeah, they just scrape the ramp along the bottom. Hello.
Where you from?
Canada.
Canada.
I'm from Canada. All right, so yeah, there's the ferry on this side. It looks very cool. Just wanted to stop and get a look at it from this side before it disappears. Yeah, doesn't wait very long. Just goes back and forth, probably as quickly as they can. All right. All right, exiting. Okay, here's a ticket dude, I think, right up ahead. I think this is the man you have to pay. Hello. Ooh. Nothing could be easier. 2,000 dong for me, since I don't have a scooter. I don't know what the price would be if you had a scooter. And check it out, what a difference. You cross the river and boom, you're in Can Tho. I mean, look at this restaurant right behind me. Look at that wide boulevard up ahead. All the bright lights in that direction. Restaurants, cafes. Oh, that's the walking, this is the walking street in, I guess, yeah, right here. They call this the walking street, I guess. And yeah, they all look like walking streets right now. But yeah, Can Tho, I've arrived. I'm not at my hotel just yet. I got a bit of walking to do still, but should get there soon enough. Hopefully they haven't given up on me yet. Well, as far as I can tell, I can go this way. Still 2 kilometers to get to my hotel, believe it or not. It's a bit farther away than I thought, in fact. This feels like downtown right here. Yeah, very interesting area. Anywhere down by the river is always interesting. It's like they're building a park here. All the lights are coming on up ahead. All these cafes, roadside stalls, restaurants. Nice, look at that. And this is a Thursday evening. It's not even the weekend, and they're open like this, open for business. Huh. I'm getting the feeling it's a very popular tourist town. Had no idea. And looking ahead of me down here too. All the bright lights, all the shops, Circle K. Yeah, Riverside Park, very nice. Yeah, a lovely little town. First impressions, my walk along the river, and now this part of downtown, the market area. Very good. What a great little place. Looks like nighttime. This is where you want to be. This is the place to hang out. But not tonight, not for me. I'm just walking through. I have a hotel to get to. So it looks like this is something that you do in Can Tho. I've barely moved away from where I came across on the ferry, and there's this river boat, tourist boat, waiting for passengers. And I just thought I'd come up, take a look at it. What is it called? It's a coffee food boat. So yeah, I guess it's just some sort of a river cruise. That would definitely be something to check out. Nice. But again, not right now. Yeah, life here is definitely based entirely on the river. Whole bunch more of these tourist boats. I guess on the weekend, this place would get very busy. Yeah, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. Bet all these boats have a lot of customers. Yeah, a lot of them here, and I think this is only the start of them. If we continue walking along here, yeah, there's all kinds of, more river boats, different types down there, big ones. And look at the walkway down here going along the river. It looks like these are some ticket counters for various tours and boats and things. And this picture that I just spotted here is of the famous floating market. Though I think today it doesn't look like that anymore. That would be the old traditional produce market. I think now it consists mostly of tourist boats, and people just, they're serving meals out of boats like that to like tourist boats that pull up alongside them. It's taking me a long time to accomplish this little walk. I keep stopping to take pictures and look around, take in my surroundings. Look at this big statue, Ho Chi Minh. Quite an elaborate riverside park. It's beautiful, very well built, well maintained. And up ahead of me there, look at that boat. I'll get some video of that boat when I get a little bit closer to it. It's very pirate-esque, like an old junk or a Mississippi River boat or something like that. Yeah, more like that, not really a pirate boat, but like a Mississippi river boat. I've gotten down here closer to this beautiful boat. And I guess you would, the word I think I was looking for was like paddle steamer, something like that. My brain is failing me, but that's what it reminds me of. It's a triple decker. Huge boat, 3 floors, and look at all the staff. They're busy getting all the tables ready. I hear a lot of cutlery, glasses, plates, and all clinking and clanking as they're laying out the tables. So they're expecting a lot of people. Yeah, that looks amazing. But yeah, I have to find out exactly how one books one of these or gets when they go, all that sort of stuff. All right. So sadly, to get to my hotel now, I think I have to leave the river and start heading inland. Well, I'm just leaving one river and then heading up along another river, basically. You're never far away from a river, just as you are never far away from a Highlands coffee, apparently. Look at that. Beautiful location for a Highlands. Okay. I could live here. It's settled. My new home. Hello. No thanks. Yeah, I like this place. It's got a nice vibe. Amazing vibe. And it looks like I'm passing by a local historic site. It looks like a prison, the old provincial prison. I didn't know this was here. I didn't know anything about it. So I don't know anything about it to tell you, except that's what it looks like, and it looks like it's something for tourists to visit. A preserved prison building. So the last section of my walk is taking me by this major road. Very big roundabout. Very wide boulevards here. Look at that. And off in the direction I'm walking should be another small bridge crossing more like a canal. And then I can walk alongside this canal or river or tributary most of the way to get to my hotel. So we're making progress. And not a moment too soon. My legs are starting to feel it a little bit. Starting to feel the burn. I said I would be crossing a little bridge, but it turns out bridge, not so little. It's a pretty big bridge from what I can tell from here. And yeah, crossing over some sort of a canal or river. And then I turn to the left and straight shot along the river, along this river till I get to my hotel. So this is what the bridge is crossing over. I don't know what to call it. It almost looks like a canal, almost like it's artificial, but it's pretty big to be a canal, so it's probably a natural river. And they just built cement embankments on both sides. And that's the direction I want to go in. And I thought I could walk along the river. It looks pretty rough over there, but I think I can do it. So that's where I'm heading next. I think to get off the bridge, you got to continue all the way down to the bottom and then turn around and come back to the river and then head that way. We'll see. The last bridge. That's life in Can Tho. Rivers and bridges. Crossing one last one before I get to the Mekong Rose. Nice view here. A lot of beautiful riverside cafes. There's one right there. Hotels over there. And another one over there. And then here's the river, the bridge. Oh, Go Cafe over there. So about a half a kilometer to go. And I've got my eye open now for some kind of a convenience store in my neighborhood. Hello. So yeah, I need some sort of a Circle K or 7-Eleven or something like that, right beside the Mekong Rose. That would be nice. Yeah, this looks like a very similar area to the downtown core, just a little bit more laid back. Has the same riverside vibe, just a little bit more subdued. Looks like a nice neighborhood. Got some nice little basic places to eat over there. That's what I'm always looking for. Nearly the last check-in before the hotel. I'm right in my neighborhood now. My hotel is just down one of these side streets behind me. Yeah, nice neighborhood, very low-key, but still pretty busy. A lot of shops and things. And I just noticed a market right across the road, which is why I fired up the GoPro. Yeah, traditional local market building right there, which is nice. And yeah, so this is my neighborhood. And I just head down here and to the left a little bit, and the Mekong Rose should be there. I haven't seen a convenience store yet. Still waiting for that. Getting close. There's the CT Morning Hostel. One of my neighbors, I think. And there's the Tan Tung Hostel. And right on the other side of that, the humble yet wonderful Mekong Rose. Still no convenience store though. I'm waiting for any place that has takeaway, cold Coke, cold water, cold beer, that sort of thing. But I haven't found anything like that. But here it is, the Mekong Rose at long last. I'm gonna circle around it to take it all in before I enter. Yeah, there it is. The Mekong Rose. And one of those rooms is mine. Which one? Check-in done, no problem. Ooh, they do have a cooler down here, so I can buy something here once I get settled. Always take a picture of the, oh boy, see that? My GoPro battery died. It's like my GoPro has an intelligence all its own. It knows the key moment when I don't want the battery to run out, and that's always when the battery runs out. But anyway, the battery ran out just as I was stepping into the elevator and nearly hitting my head on the front of on the top of the door, because you actually step down into the elevator on the first floor. That was kind of cool. But then, recreating everything that happened since the battery died, I walked down here, turn the corner, and this is room 207. If anyone ever wants to come knock on my door and bring a cold beer with you, well, this is where I am. But you have to get here really fast. But yeah, here's the room 207. Quite spacious. Big lounging area over there. Air conditioner, TV. I haven't peeked into the wardrobe as yet. Oh yeah, very nice, clean, everything looks good. Even a phone, hotline down to the front desk, and a bed, fridge, kettle, a bathroom that actually comes with a bathtub, which is pretty wild. I haven't seen a bathtub in a very long time. An actual door going into the bathroom. I haven't seen that for a very long time. And when I came in, there were 4 bottles of water here, plus these 2. I don't know if they're complimentary because there's that soup, the noodles there as well. So it's probably, I think on the room listing, they said it had a mini bar. This is probably the mini bar, and you have to pay for whatever you take from that basket. But of course, I grabbed the water right away and tossed it into there. And, oh, balcony. Check that out. I guess that's... Aha, there we go. All right, balcony. And there's my alleyway down there. Very quiet here. I guess that's nice, isn't it? Nice and quiet. And I guess, oh, that's me. I was going to say those must be my neighbors, but no. That's the window into my room. Yes. Right there. Those are my windows, so kind of an extended balcony. All right. Oh man, all right, that is it. As I said when I started the video, this is going to be one of the classic door-to-door journeys, hotel room to hotel room journeys, and that's what it turned out to be. Here I am. The video started with me in my room at the Adenia, and it's ending with me here in my room at the Mekong Rose, which was, as I said before, provided by a Planet Doug subscriber. A kind subscriber to my YouTube channel booked this room for me for 10 nights. So that was very, very kind of him, and thank you very much for that generosity. I really appreciate it. And here I am, my home for the next 10 nights. That was a very interesting day. Started off, of course, with walking to the bus stop in Saigon, just 2 or 3 blocks. Bus 139 took about 40 minutes, 45 minutes to get to the bus station. Things spun a little bit out of control at the bus station when I couldn't find my buses. I went in the wrong direction. Had I turned left, I would have gone right to the FUTA buses, but me being me, I turned right, and I went for this long loop through this massive bus station. I couldn't even tell you how many buses there were there. But if you go in a complete circle, you're eventually going to find what you're looking for, and I found my FUTA buses. And a little bit of a rush to get on it, getting to the bathroom, getting a sandwich, and they weren't waiting for me, but they were trying to leave 5 minutes early. So there was a whole lot of yo, 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 or oi, oi, oi. I'm not quite sure what they were shouting now, urging me along. And then the bus itself, the limousine class, that was a big surprise. I didn't know what it was, but now I know what those buses are like. And I think I can learn to like them. It was just a bit of a shock when I first got on them, and I couldn't even fit down the alley. But like there's 3 rows of bunk beds essentially, and my shoulders, it was so narrow between the bunks, I couldn't even fit my puny shoulders between them. And I was so caught in there, I couldn't even look up or down to see the numbers of the various bunks. It was that narrow. And then getting comfortable in that little reclining sofa was not that easy, but I eventually figured it out. That was a lot of fun, figuring that out, and the whole business of having to take your shoes off. And then when you stop at the rest stop, people don't bring their shoes with them because they actually have a barrel of bathroom slippers for you, and you basically walk through the bus in your bare feet, and at the door you get a pair of bathroom slippers, and then you can flip-flop your way into the bathroom at the rest stop, flip-flop back onto the bus, toss your bathroom slippers, your rubber clogs, into the barrel, and then get back on the bus again. That was quite interesting. One wrinkle for coming here on a FUTA bus is that the bus does stop at a station quite a ways away from downtown. I think I was looking at Google Maps just now, and I think it was like 6.5. With the route I took, it was probably 7 kilometers from there to here, but it was a very worthwhile walk. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Really got an in-depth look at the city and found out what it's all about. Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Walking down the river and then going through the main downtown district, the main tourism district with all the river boats, the paddle boats, the dinner cruises, the night markets, all of that. That was fascinating to see. And then I finally got here. And checking in here was no trouble at all. She asked to see my passport. I gave her my passport. She checked her computer records, and that was it. Such a contrast with the troubles I had often in Malaysia, checking into hotels, a much more complex procedure, a lot of details to be sorted out, forms to be filled out, the tourism tax receipt I have to give them, leaving deposits for the room. It was a long, complicated procedure by comparison. Here, I handed over my passport. She looked on her computer, had all the information on the computer, handed me my key. That was it. And here I am. So I love that. All right, I think that is it. I'm not going to do anything else tonight. I'm not going to go paint the town red. I'm done. This was my day. I'm going to track down a lot of cold drinks, take a cold shower, unpack, and I'm done for the day. But a very enjoyable day from beginning to end. Chalk that up in the life on planet Doug. That is a very good day. Enjoyed that quite a bit. So that's it, shutting down. And as always, thanks for coming with me on this journey, keeping me company through my GoPro. Feel like I'm talking directly to you, which in fact I am. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.